Hi everyone, today I'm going to walk you through our triage workflow. Triage workflow combined out of several features and capabilities we have in the monitor stage, which involve incident management, metrics, and logs. The idea in this workflow is that we'll be able to find a problem, easily detect it, dive into the metric to see what are the affected metrics, and then to the end, we'll dive into the logs and try to find the relevant information, the relevant error in the logs. Now, in order to do that, I'm using our Tanuki Inc. application, which is a demo application that we develop ourselves. This is a simple application that I can generate and fake errors. And for this use case, I created, or for this walkthrough, I created two errors. One of them is that I've created some load on the application. So we'll see metrics that will spike. And to correlate that with some errors in the logs that is also automatically generated, we'll be able to dive and see the relevant information in the logs. So to start with, let's start with the issue. So when I start the error and I created the load on the application, several metrics were spiked. And as you can see, one issue or several issues were open automatically. By the way, they are closed now because I've stopped I've stopped the load. So the application is now behaving normally. But when I generate the load for a period of something like 5 minutes or so, we can see that this issue was opened automatically by our alert bot, simply because we had an error, we had an alert that was triggered. Now, when I look at this issue, I can immediately understand the name of the environment that the alert was triggered from, the metric, throughput, which is over 0.03 for 5 minutes. I can see when the alert was triggered, so it was almost 10 p.m. my time, in the date. I can even see the query that we are working against. So all of our metrics are pulled from Prometheus. Prometheus ran a query, and you can see that the query returned a value that was higher than 0.03. And I can also see the chart. This is an embeddable chart that we generate automatically on every alert that is triggered. And you can immediately see that the throughput was up for a period of more than almost 10 minutes. This was more or less the time that I generate the load, and you can see that it spikes. It went on for something like 10 minutes, and it went down. If you scroll further down, there are more more metrics that I can look at, but I can also dive directly into the application from here. I can also, by the way, go to operation metrics, but it's better to do it from the incident. And when I click on the link, I'll immediately get into the metric page where I can see all of the metrics that we are collecting on the application for the last 8 hours. And I can look at some of the system metrics. I can see that there was another spike here, approximately the same time. So the error that I generate or the load that I created affect additional metrics. We can see something happen also with the memory usage. So this information, by the way, is coming automatically from our Prometheus exporter on Kubernetes. The app, by the way, is running on Kubernetes. You can see The core usage went up as well. So there were other metrics that were affected. And you can see that this is the triggered alert. This is the alert that was fired. I can see that this was the only error, or the only time that the application experienced some problems. So we can focus even more on the application. Oops, sorry. And we can see, okay, yeah. So I'm trying to focus as much as I can on the error because it will help me in my investigation. So yeah, I can see the start, I can see the end. It starts around 9:54 and end at 10:03, 10:03. Okay, so what do I do next? Now, when I saw, yes, indeed, there was a problem, and I saw that it was affecting other metrics, I can jump into the logs. I can go from here, but it will be better for me to do it from here because when I will do it from the metric chart, I will automatically get the right environment to get selected, and also the right time frame. So this was the time frame that I narrowed down, that I tried to narrow down on my metric chart. And I can see the stream of logs, and I remember that the error starts at around, it's almost 10. So if I'll go scroll up and I'll go back in time, I can start seeing the errors that were coming from the logs. Of course, this log explorer surface logs from all pods. So if this environment had several pods, I'll be able to see all the logs that are coming from all pods. I can filter by pod name if I know, and I can also search a specific keyword. So if I know what is the error, or if I know what I'm looking for, I can just search for the word error, and I'll immediately see all the log lines that contain this word. You can see this is the same time that the error happens. Yeah. So that's it. I hope you find this useful, and bye.